How many of you have done something and you knew it was wrong and you did it anyway? You better raise that hand. Everybody is guilty of it. I've done it. You've done it. Everybody and their grandma done it. Nobody's innocent. Guilty! Today, I want to tell you a story about the hill. I always wanted to do that. I wanted to pull that off just once. No, this is not a scary story. Actually, I enjoyed the hill. Actually, my brother had a friend of his that he used to go to elementary school with, and he had a house, that was on the top of a hill, I guess you would say. But the hill was not very, it's not really steep. It was just like, whenever we would get through hanging out, and it's usually around the evening time, me and my brother would take our bikes, and we would ride down this hill. And the rush would be so exhilarating that we would have to take our bikes back up and do it again. It was so fun. We really didn't have to pedal so much because since there was a little bit of an arc down the hill, we can just actually just stop pedaling. Like before we start going down, we would ride as fast as we can. We would pedal as hard, really hard. And since we're already, going real fast, once we made that, that little small little, dip down the hill, we would just stop pedaling and we'll actually just, let everything take care of itself. It was so awesome. Like the bike was just go. It's so breezy and fast. It's almost like I could close my eyes for a little bit because I'm just going straight, I can just like. It felt like I was going 20 miles an hour down that hill. It was so freaking fun. Once we get back onto the flat surface of the street, me and my brother would look at each other and smile and say, let's do it again. And we would do this like 3 or 4 more times before we go back home. But one particular day, I'll never forget this. My brother Eric got a phone call from his friend Andrew. And, he asked for, hey, let's go hang out. I got some games, got some new games you want to try, Eric said, okay, we're on our way over. When Eric told me that Andrew invited us over, I'm like, yes. I was really looking forward to going back down that hill when we're done. So before we hopped on our bikes to leave the house, my mom pulls both of us aside, and she goes, I know you and Eric been riding down that hill because I be driving by sometimes and I be seeing you guys riding recklessly down that hill and you don't even stop. Do you know how dangerous that is? If I see you guys speeding down that hill one more time, both of y'all gonna be in a lot of trouble. And I was like, dang mom, you sure know how to kill a kid's fun, don't you? Me and Eric looked at each other and said, well, forget that plan. So we rode our bikes up the hill and into the neighborhood where Andrew lived, and we just hung out like we usually do. Played games, had some pizza, we did some kid stuff, something that 10-year-olds do. But I was 12, but you get my point. Well, during our awesome evening of fun, my brother pulls me aside and he says, dude, it's almost 7:30, we gotta get home soon, Mom's expecting us for dinner. I was like, okay, cool, well, let me finish this game real quick and then we'll get ready to head on out. And after that, we just said, we'll see you later, Andrew, it was nice hanging out with you, we'll get you up another day. As we were leaving, we approached the hill. So me and Eric stopped our bikes and we looked at each other and we're like, okay, here's the deal. We're gonna have to go down this hill one way or another to get to our street. I know Mom said that we can't go down this hill speeding, but we'll just ride and just control our speed. Is that fair? Eric was like, cool, let's do that then. And then the wind started to blow. And man, it was wicked too. I was feeling it on every side. I was getting anxious like a 5-year-old kid, like, I was looking at Eric, he had that exact same feeling. We looked at each other, I was like, we can't resist this anymore, we gotta go. And I was like, whoa, wait, what about Mom? I was like, oh wait, she's cooking dinner. So there's no way she's leaving the house. Eric's like, dude, that's our green light, let's hurry up, let's do this, let's get this done, let's go. Shoot, you ain't gotta tell me twice. Ready, get set, and we take off. Like Fast and the Furious on bikes, son. We were pedaling as fast as we can, you know, going as hard as we can. We were just going hardcore with it. And then that little drop came, I was already hooked. Since I was already going like super fast, I really didn't have to pedal anymore. So you know what I did? I'd take both my feet off the pedals and actually put them on my handlebars. I was already going nuts with it. I was like, woo! You wanted me to miss out on this? You crazy! Both of us were like speeding down the hill, having a great old time. All of a sudden, on the corner of my eye, I saw a stop sign and an oncoming car. Not a good combination if you ask me. I almost missed the stop sign, so I stopped. But my brother keeps going. He darts past me and the stop sign. This boy was going so fast, Roadrunner couldn't even catch up with this nigga. But when he darted past me, he barely misses the car. Remember when I told you guys that I stopped at the stop sign? It wasn't a nicely done, smooth stop. When I approached the stop sign and the car, I stopped my bike so hard that it fell over, taking me with it. I crashed and burned on that one. And as soon as my brother stopped and I actually got up and dusted myself off, my parents were standing on the sidewalk staring at me. Me and Eric practically froze like a deer in headlights. We were so busted. $50. Sorry, bro. I really didn't want to do that, but it's safe to say that both of us deserve 50 points. I asked my mom, how long were you guys standing there? And she was like, oh, just long enough to see that you guys had disobeyed and you guys sped down the hill anyway and almost got hit by a car. You guys are real lucky that it was a four-way intersection, so that car had to stop. Shoot, I'm glad it was a four-way intersection because I really couldn't guarantee you that I would be here if that wasn't the case. Then Eric was like, why are you guys out here? Oh, we were getting a little bit bored, so we just decided to go and take a walk. And we happened to see you guys. And I was thinking in my head, you don't really go on walks. You had to pick one day to go out on the walk, and this had to be on the night we chose to go out. Ain't that something? Thankfully, we didn't get our butts whooped. But my parents were very serious when they said do not go speeding down that hill again, because the next time we get caught, I don't think we're going to be so lucky. So you best believe that we kept our noses clean from that point forward. Or did we?